them the job, they promised that they were going to do a better job than your previous employees at an even cheaper cost. So they gave you the estimates. They told you they won't waste. They told you they won't borrow. They told you they won't be profligate. They told you all manner of things. And we believe them. You believe them also because they told you they were going to cause a great change in the employment. Then they gave you a timeline that you both agreed on. 4 years timeline. Then you kept asking questions as to how the project was going, and they kept telling you all the niceties and kept giving you all the accolades and everything else. You accepted it. You trusted them because along the way and at every turn, they would give you an indication of what track record and past glory they have had. Now, the timeline for the contract that you gave them expires. Naturally, you as the employer are supposed to go and check how the job you gave to these people who begged you for the first time, the second time, the third time, until they got your attention and actually got your endorsement to do the work that they had so passionately been aiming at doing. So passionately been aiming at doing. Eventually, when the contract tenure expired, we are expecting them to come to you to be the one to assess them. But no. They organized their own exam. They wrote their own questions. They supervised their own exam. They marked their own scripts. And then they gave themselves a pass mark. Have you heard some before? That a student goes to school, he's done with his school, and like we're going to be having the standardized test for the children now. The children who are in class 4 or primary 4, after completing the full year of work, will now decide that they will set their own questions, organize their own exams, supervise their own exams, mark their own scripts, and give themselves a pass mark. That was what the people who begged you for once, twice, and thrice and told you to submission, that was what they did in the name of results fair and delivery.gov.gh and delivery tracker. They give themselves 78 marks. At some point, another person says 72 marks, and then another person says 74 marks. Those of us who gave the job, we didn't award any pass mark. Now, the people are saying, okay, you have given yourself 78 marks, but are you able to show me, for example, that in this corner, in this sector, this is what marks you awarded yourself. In this sector, this is what marks. Show working. Show me your scorecard. They say you are stupid. You are dunderhead. You don't think. The same people who begged you for the job, they say you're stupid. You're dunderhead. You don't think. But you see, the interesting thing is that Ghana was born or birthed in 1957. We have seen Nkrumah, we have seen Edward Akufo-Addo, we have seen K. Buzia, we have seen the military regimes, Achampon, Ankara, Kotoka. We have seen all of those people. We have seen Dr. Hela Liman. Calm down now. We have seen Jerry Rawlings. We have seen J. Kufuor. We have seen Atta Mills. We have seen John Mahama. And we have seen Nana Addo. Tell me, for those of you who are older than 60, 70, those of you who are beyond 50, those of you who are beyond 40, who are students of history, whatever it is, tell me which of the governments since 1957 in this country has decided that after they have finished their work, they will be the ones to award themselves the marks. Tell me which of the governments. And yet, they won't see it though. They won't see it. But if you come asking for questions, or you come asking questions, then the insults will start flowing, the attacks will start flowing. Attacks will start flowing. We will not stop asking the questions. And you know why? It is like the proverbial Adam and God encounter in the Garden of Eden. Do you remember that? You remember your Sunday school lessons? The president said the battle is the Lord's. The finance minister doesn't feel to either sing or quote a Bible verse, wear a nice white shirt. The battle is the Lord. So you can clearly believe that the battle really is the Lord's and the Bible is the base of whatever is being done. So you can quote scripture, correct? Now in Genesis, the book of Genesis, the very first book in the Bible, you would have Adam, the first man created, in the garden with the woman that was created for him, Eve, in the Garden of Eden. God gave them an instruction not to eat the tree of life. He told them not to touch that tree right in the middle of the Garden of Eden. Adam, we're told by the serpent through Eve, and the serpent, some arrangement, was given an apple to eat, so his eyes opened. And at some point, he became shy that he was naked. So he went hiding. Then God called, Adam, Adam, where are you? It's a question of geography, location. Adam, Adam, where are you? Any smart person, my son, Obrimpong, if you ask him, Obrimpong, where are you? I'm in the kitchen. Obrimpong, where are you? I'm in the hall. Obrimpong, where are you? I'm on the compound. Adam, Adam, where are you? A question of geography. His answer was, I am naked. It doesn't add up. So today, like the proverbial Adam, Adam, where are you? I am naked. When you ask, how much is the price of a bag of maize in a country that we've been told we have had double yield in agriculture due to planting for food and jobs, in a country where we now are a net exporter of food? President said it in Parliament. Agri Minister has said it so many times. We have quoted it from government communicators. And in a country where now we are making so much money from agri, we have a buffer stock, we have warehouses that have been built, we have one village, one dam for irrigation purposes. Agri is booming. It is growing at its best. In a country where all of this is happening, never mind that we have banned the exportation of cereals, including maize, recently. When you ask them, why is it that basic economics dictates that when supply exceeds demand, the prices fall? So if we have all this multitude of yields, and yet the price of a bag of maize is expensive. So you ask, why is the price of a bag of maize so expensive? They tell you, you are stupid. They tell you, go away. They tell you, we don't owe you anything. So it's a similar, Adam, Adam, where are you? I am naked. Instead of saying, I am behind the coconut tree, or I'm hiding in the bush. Adam, Adam, where are you? That's where we are now. Adam, Adam, where are you? And mind you, the same people came to beg for power. That's the irony. That's the ironical situation. But Mr. President, as I always say, it is your face that is on the ballot sheet. You were on the ballot sheet. Mr. President, look. Yesterday I showed you the Statesman. Okay? The Statesman newspaper. Yesterday I showed you the Statesman newspaper, the newspaper. It's a magazine, actually. These days the Statesman is a newspaper. But I showed you this. That's what as Miss Ghana back then. This was a June 1969 edition. Guess who were in power? Professor Kofi Abrefa-Buzia, the godfather of the MPP, because there's Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition, right? SD Dombo at the time was Minister for Information. Dankwa Dombo Buzia. Guess who was Dankwa? Professor Buzia was the Prime Minister, right? And guess who was the man at the top? Edward Akufo-Addo. That's President Akufo-Addo's father at the time. Now, this is another one. And I have a lot of these documents tucked away in many places. Drum, Ghana edition, February 1970, 20 new pesos. That's how much it was sold for. In there. And then maybe you project this image for me. K.A. Buzia meets the press. Has the president met the press this year? Has the president met the press? Because all we have had a few press conferences here and there. Today, crowd will have press conferences. Meet the press, meet the press, meet the press, meet the press, meet the press. That's where we are now. And then occasionally we'll organize some from the Flagstaff House where the presidential press corps will be given a chance or will be addressed. Has the president met the press? The last time the president met the press, I think it was in 2019 or so. I remember 20th of December 2019. The president said something, and that's my Christmas wish, one of my Christmas wishes. The president said that going forward, no state institution would have to use refreshment that is not made from local rice. The president said it because at the time it had been reported that due to planting for food and jobs, or owing to planting for food and jobs, we had a rice glut. Well, that would be that thought will be discarded by Edward Kariwe and the rest who work in that sector, because they say Avinash didn't buy the rice that year. That was why we had that. It's become evident that it was correct. The president said we're going to use local rice going forward. Does the president eat local rice for lunch? Question for the gods. What does the minister for Agric eat for lunch? Or supper or dinner? Is this rice porridge or rice water made with local rice? We recently celebrated Farmers' Day, correct? So Adam, where are you? We expect to be told, I am behind the coconut tree. I am in the middle of the garden. And not to be told, Adam, where are you? You say, I am naked. The two answers, the question and the answer doesn't correlate. Now, if you are a teacher, I'll come to you in a second. If you are a teacher, I'll come to you in a second. Now, put the WhatsApp line on the screen for me. If you're a teacher, please send your comments. I want to read them today. I want to co-produce Johnny's Bite with you today. If you're a teacher, that's it. One teacher, one laptop. Launched on the 3rd of September with all the applause at St. Mary's Secondary School here in Accra, Akasma. 3rd of September, 2021. One teacher, one laptop. Beautiful initiative. We're looking at modernizing and digitalization and all of that. What is the status of that project today? Have you deducted monies from the teachers' accounts? Have you given them the laptops? I thought you said you were sharing costs, 70-30. How was the contract signed? Who signed the contract? Those you gave the contract to, do they have the wherewithal to deliver on the contract? Do they have it? Can they deliver on the contract? Are they delivering? Who is monitoring? Who is supervising? But ultimately, why have you deducted their money laptops? What is the quality of the laptop? Can it withstand the wear and tear that teachers would have to go through if you work, for example, somewhere in Bunkpurugu? You have to cross about 2 or 3 rivers to get to your school and back every day. Can that laptop stand the test of time? So teachers, you send me your comments and we'll project a few before we end Johnny's Bite for today. We'll come back to this subject matter. Dr. Ibrahim Anyas was here not so long ago, told us about Nation Builders Corps and said that he was going to pay the August and September and October stipends, which have been in arrears, even though the 36 months for NAPCO trainees had ended, and we're now being told it's a skills development program. It was not, there was not a promise of permanency and all of that. Those are the conversations that are being had. It has been more than 1 month since Dr. Anyas came here. September, October stipends for NAPCO beneficiaries. What they have worked for, the pittance of 700 Ghana cedis. In fact, 699 Ghana cedis. Where is it? Christmas is coming. They have nowhere to go for gift vouchers. Adam, where are you? Don't tell me you are naked. Tell me where you are. NAPCO beneficiaries, where is your cash? Christmas is coming. You promised them, you told them. Dr. Anyas started, he wore white, pure white. And it's interesting how when we want to communicate certain things, we choose to wear all white. To look spotless, clean, and plain. And we tell the people, oh, I will give you this. Wear pure white. Appear and tell the people, I will do this for you. Put a date to it and a time to it. Do this, I'll do this for you. The people do theirs, you don't do yours. When you are asked to come and account, not to insult, intimidation. any attacks. I know I had the bobusia and yes, I know nani editia cow. Say now Zadwichi. But it was not your face that was on the ballot sheet. So, Mr. President, the people you have selected to work with you are misauthoring your legacy. When you talk about Dr. Nkrumah, you can list his legacies, right? You talk about Dr. Buzia, you can list his legacies. You talk about Dr. Hilary Man, even though short-lived, you can list his legacies. Rawlings, Mills, Mahama. Mr. President, what is your legacy? Because the last time you held a results fair, which is self-aggrandizing, endorsing your own self. And somebody yesterday said that, oh, well, Ipsos is social media rating. Nanka, wo ye results fair, which is overly fact-checked, that you have to pull it down and put it, rehost the website. Nanka, Ipsos the geopo definition for Hobeng. Internationally acclaimed credible sources of rating, market research. Nanka, with the results fair, nipa die, nanka no the end of Hobeng. You give yourself, you organize your own exam, set your own questions, supervise your own exam, mark your own script, award yourself own marks. We didn't do that. And you are trying to compare the two. The joke is on you. The joke is on you. And you promised us better. You see, so the question we ask now is, what really has changed? What has changed? Danny, you need to project for me the screenshot from the 1969 edition of the Statesman. The 1969 edition of the Statesman. It wrote an open letter. It's an article to the parliamentarians at the time. You know, we had a difficult military situation at the time. Now, this is what it says. The readers requested for it to be republished. 1969. We have the archives. 1969. The 10 Commandments. Now, the first one says, you shall not gag the press, for a press gagged can only sing sickening praises, while a free press will chastise you when you go wrong and make better statesmen out of you to your own benefit and that of the nation. You don't have any power of your own. You don't have any taxes of your own. And you see, sometimes when we read some of these things to you, we read them because I say, keep the name. It's a statesman. Oh. It's a statesman. These days, there's another statesman, Daily Statesman. I don't know if they are related, but I say it's the same because I wasn't born then in 1916. I don't know. I would not want to guess. I'm still finding out. Now, there's a very important subject matter related to the present budget that is in Parliament and whether or not the e-levy and all the other things that are being said. There's something very important here that I want to read to you. Commandment number 5. Listen well. It says, you shall, and this is where Ghanaians will tell your effectiveness as men and women of foresight, explore all possible avenues to cut down considerably the unemployment figures in the country through a well thought out plan. For it is not only you or your dependents or your relatives or your political allies or your strong armed men, that's social media laggards, who should eat. Each and every Ghanaian has the right to gainful employment in order to keep body and soul together. And when they will have earned their hard-won salaries and wages, you shall not enact laws to rob them through deductions of all kinds with the excuse that you are saving for their ghosts after they had died. Statement. I didn't write this. So I didn't write this. Statement. Now let me turn my attention quickly to union heads in this country. You see that on Monday, the transport union heads had led their people to go on a strike. GPRTU, while the strike was on, I think even before the strike began, issued a statement to suggest that they had called off the strike and that they were asking their members to go and work. Teacher unions. Name them. Name all the unions. When your union members have problems, the very first set of people they call are members of the press. Now, if you are the one taking their dues and contributions, you are the one speaking on their behalf. You are the ones who write the hold press conferences and write press releases on their behalf. You are the ones who do that. And yet, when they have problems, they don't find it necessary to come to you first. You must ask yourself what kind of leadership you are providing to them. You should do some self-introspection. It's important. Because when your drivers tell you that times are hard, fuel prices are up, they can't even break even, their wives are insulting them, they can't fend for their kids and themselves, and they can't even save. Christmas is coming, they are worried where they can get money to buy their rice, tomatoes, oil, chicken, whatever it is they want to eat. And then they say, look, we will not move these vehicles until you do something about the price of fuel. And the first thing you do is to go and meet government. And government says, I have taken 15 pesos off that of GOIL, the Ghana Oil Company. So Shell is selling at the same price that they are complaining about. What's the other one? Is it Mobile? No, it's not Mobile. Total. All the others are selling at the prices that they were selling. It's only GOIL that has been reduced. So if, for example, I'm driving at Kejetia and there's no GOIL in Kejetia, I need to come to Pampaso to come and get fuel from Pampaso from GOIL. Is that what you are saying? You are the union leader. You saw the frustration of the people. You saw the frustration of Ghanaians, because when the fuel prices go up, it affects everybody. It affects everything. As a union leader, you as a union leader, when there's agitation and they call you to the table, then you go and take certain decisions. Are the decisions the decisions that your people want you to take? Are those the decisions? And for those of you who think that, oh, this is just some trotro drivers making those arguments, when the fuel price reduces, it reduces for all of us. Because when you go to buy the fuel at the pump, they won't ask you whether you're a trotro driver or a taxi driver. So if you're a union leader in this country, from teacher unions to whatever it is, do some self-introspection, because when your people have problems, they call some of us, and whether you call to warn us or tell us whatever it is that's on your mind, we don't care. We will continue to ask the questions they have asked us to ask you. Tomorrow, we'll talk extensively about one teacher, one laptop. And the comments, I've seen that you are sending comments. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We will start from the 3rd of September 2021 and move on to where we are now and ask the pertinent questions on behalf of the teachers. Why have you taken my money and not given me the laptop? Why have you taken my money and not given me the laptop that you say will help me to be tech savvy and to be digitalized and to guide the children through a certain ICT agenda? Why? Have a nice day. Tomorrow, we'll talk about your laptops.